So if you've been around this channel for long enough, you would know I'm really into customs, obviously much like this Tupac here, and of course this Vegeta as well. Customs are something that I really love, and with today's video is no exception. We are going to be talking about another custom, but it'll be a little bit different since we're talking about a custom kit I purchased off of Instagram, but I think it definitely is worth talking about. So, yeah, I guess let's just get into it. Everything that came with the kit, this custom kit, you get the head scan, the scarf, the shoulder pads, these forearm things down here that you have to actually take off of the figure, the hands, these things which just kind of tuck into the whatever you want to call this, I guess kind of the kneecap area, and the feet, and of course the belt. That's what you get with the kit, and you do have to put all that stuff on yourself. The customizer did post it on his Instagram how to do it exactly. Customizer is Taboo Tattoo, if I'm not completely wrong. I'll put his Instagram up here, and of course I'll link it down below in case you are interested in getting this kit. I will link that. And but yeah. I'm pretty happy with everything it comes with. I think it looks really cool, and let's dive a bit more into the detail. As far as the overall detail, I mean just the sculpting they did on the head. I'm pretty sure they 3D printed it, but I mean the sculpt that they got to 3D print this is absolutely amazing. And the way that they were able to paint the eyes in looks really fucking dope. Obviously the scarf is absolutely amazing, especially with how they shaded it with the black in it, obviously, and of course, you know, with the tattered shoulder pads up here, and the forearms over here as well, with it being somewhat tattered and having like the claw hands. It's really dope. And of course you got more tattered things down here, and the metal feet are also, again, just extremely fucking cool. The detail is just super great on this guy. I can't really say much more, to be honest, but yeah, let's move on. As far as the overall assembly process, the only reason I mention this is because you actually do have to put these parts on, and it does require a little bit of finagling, which admittedly did annoy me a little bit. Essentially what you had to do was pop off the arms off of this figure and remove, essentially, if I can find them over here, essentially the fattening part of the actual figurine, and you have to replace them with the ones, obviously this customizer sent with Taboo Tattoo. I don't know why I'm saying with this customizer like I buy from so many. There's also the forearm part right here, which again you have to take off from the figure, and essentially how you do that is just you put it into some boiling water and just pull it off. Admittedly, I did find it a bit difficult to do, unfortunately. Was a little hard, at least to me. Maybe it's because I'm not so used to it. Popping off the feet was another thing you had to do, which was pretty easy. You do somewhat lose a little bit of articulation with the fact that, you know, you no longer have these feet on there, because you no longer have that toe hinge point on it, obviously. Another thing that you do unfortunately lose with it is the back piece, as far as the for the cape, because this goes over it. You can't have this on, so you do also lose that overall little excuse me, that little ball joint for you know, the cape, so you could have it down or up. You know, no longer have that ability, just always is kind of floating in the air, even though it is really nicely detailed. So that is a sacrifice you have to make. You do have to take off the belt, of course. Here's the comparison of the belt that I got with this, and the belt that how it was originally. So that's that. And you also do have to take off these from the arms as well. And of course, you still do get have the extra head now. You can always pop this Deku head onto this one still. It's not like you just can't do that no more. I mean, you can pretty much pop any of these parts back on if you really want to, as far as even with the arms, but you would have to reboil it. Unfortunately, I can't do it with mine anymore because my arms were a little loose. And of course, I decided to be the most intelligent person there is and glue it. Of course, I did accidentally put a little too much, so my hands are a little hard to move around now, as you can see there, because I just ended up putting too much glue. I recommend putting a little bit of glue, but just not putting as much as I did. I'm stupid, so yeah. There's a reason my channel was called Dumbass Productions. But yeah, overall, it's pretty goddamn cool. And let's just get into, I guess, my final thoughts. So quick little PSA, you guys, as far as like the kits, especially for this figure and like Naruto figures and stuff like that. There are people who are actually trying to scam people out of their money with these kits. And I'm not saying the person who I bought mine from is a scam or anything like that. I wouldn't tell you guys to buy it from him if you do want it. I mean, I will link him, of course. I mentioned it earlier. But there's people who are essentially taking other people's images, pictures of their products, and they're trying to make it seem like they're selling it. They're opening Instagram accounts and TikTok accounts, and they're trying to make it seem like they have these and they're going to be selling them. In all reality, excuse me, they're just scamming you out of money. So just be aware of that. I don't want people going and just trying to fucking buy these off the first person they see. Make sure that whoever you're buying these from is a legitimate seller, whether it be off of Instagram or TikTok, wherever the fuck it be, man. But yeah, just be aware of that, because there are people who are trying to scam people. Unfortunately, no matter what, you get some fucking absolute bastard scammers. But yeah, just be aware of that. My final thoughts, and is this thing worth it as far as picking up one of these kits? Personally, I say yes. In case you're wondering how much these kits are, the full price is $80. And I know some people may think that's a little expensive, which I understand why you would think so. But the main reason I personally don't have much of an issue with it is because you can tell the amount of work that this person has put into them. And I mean, you can tell that this person is just genuinely amazing at the craft that they're doing. I mean, the stuff that they put out is just great, man. I'm not gonna sit here and bash anyone for charging a reasonable price, I'd say, for their art. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, this is art. You know what I mean? When people customizing and swapping parts and all that stuff, to me, in a certain way, is art. You know what I mean? Especially when it comes to customizing. I mean, you're painting things, you're sanding things down many of the times, so it's definitely art. But yeah, I would definitely recommend this kit, especially if you're like a huge My Hero Academia fan and you want to, upgrade your SH Figure Art figure, or even your Amazing Yamaguchi. He is also selling kits. I think it's a he, at least. Pretty sure, yeah. He is selling also kits. Same kit for your Amazing Yamaguchi figures of the My Hero Academia, obviously for the Deku. For the Deku figure, sorry about that. So yeah, if you are interested in picking this up, and you were a little bit worried because I have Amazing Yamaguchi, you can pick a kit up for this, for kind of in the same style for that figure. Also, I wanted to give you all a little other heads up as far as you do decide to order this. I said earlier how they're scammers and stuff. This dude isn't one of them, but he does take his time as far as making these and shipping these out. So just be aware of that as well. It isn't a 3-day, fucking you order and within 3 days he's made it and he shipped it out. It's not the quickest thing in the world. He isn't super slow, you know what I mean? But he isn't like Speedy Gonzalez, where, you know, within a couple of days he has it shipped out. So just be aware of that as well. It may maybe take up to a month or so. But yeah, man, overall I say it's worth it. And thank y'all for watching. Sorry about not uploading as frequently. I know I missed my last week's video, and I apologize for that. Just life's been a bit busy and hectic, and yeah, man, I mean, it's just work's been really busy, at least on my end over here. So anyways though, let me get y'all out of here, and yeah. Anyways though, folks, that does it for today's video. Just wanted to say thank you again if you made it all the way to the end, and sorry for not uploading last week. As usual, we try to end these videos off on some type of message, and this is one that I think, this is a message that I would love to have told my younger self, or just love to tell younger people as a whole. And that's to, I've said this message before, but I feel like it means more now. To always be yourself. And not only to always be yourself, but to always find ways to express yourself. Whether that's through the clothes you wear, through art, through whatever it is you do or enjoy. Always find a way to do and just express yourself and just be yourself. You know what I mean? As long as you're doing something that doesn't hurt anyone else, bro, just go out and do it, man. It doesn't fucking matter anymore. Not just anymore, but just in general, it doesn't matter that much. I mean, just, you know, go out, be you. You know, I feel like we're so judgmental, and I feel like especially in today's society, kids have it kind of really bad in the aspect of like no one wants to be the next internet meme of being cringe, and because of that, we feel like kids are a lot more reserved, and it's kind of sad in a way, because I think you know, kids should be allowed just to be kids and to be cringe, or, you know, just be whatever. And I feel like not even with just kids, I mean just as adults in general, I feel like it's looked down upon if you're not doing something that isn't just fucking drinking or smoking. And it's stupid, where it's like you're doing something that is much better for you than those things, but yet somehow you're looked more down upon. I don't know, it's a weird thing in society. I feel like it's society, as the Joker would say. But yeah, man, just always express yourself, always be yourself, and you know, always love yourself as well, man. You know, if you don't love yourself, you can't really love anyone else. And yeah, man, that's all I really have to say for today. Sorry if it was a little long-winded there, but again, hope you're doing well. Hope your pets are doing well. Hope your family as a whole is doing well, and let me manifest yourself some money and women in your future, or men in your future, whichever it is. Anyways, I'll catch y'all later.